Hey guys, this is the Lexus LX, and for many people it is the ultimate off-roading Lexus, but for others it's not the LX that's the ultimate off-roader. It is indeed this, the Lexus GX. A lot of people use this as their go-to overlanding rig, but Toyota and Lexus decided that this wasn't good enough. In fact, not nearly good enough. So what they did, and they're calling it their COVID baby, was design the ultimate Lexus LX. They're calling it the J201 concept. Don't show me it, Andre. And I've got everything they've done. I'll give you a sneak peek to it right there to make it, well, if you're into Lexi, your ultimate off-roading dream. So let's spin it around, Andre, and let's show them. Give them a quick walk around, and I will tell you everything that's been done to this Lexus. All right, don't show them the back yet. We'll save that for the end. So let's start with what's under the hood, because you may be thinking to yourself, you know, it's got a big old V8, 5.7 liters, puts out about 383 horsepower. Oh no, you would be wrong, because under that hood, according to Lexus, and we can't go inside unfortunately, apparently it's been at some off-road overlanding expo and it's a little dirty in there, but under the hood apparently is a Magnuson supercharger that boosts the power to 550 horsepower and 550 pound-foot of torque. So now you've got not just your standard 5.7 liter V8 LX, but you've got a supercharged one. So of course, starting over here at the front, this is a CBI off-road front bumper, and actually doing bumpers to match the look of the spindle grille is never easy, and that's because you've got this very, well, complicated now design. It used to be a bumper was just, you know, a bumper, but look at all the intersecting angles that they had to work with to make this match and make it look factory. In fact, not only did they do that, but they also stuck, check it out, a Warn winch under there. So you've got a Warn winch, and then you've got your two recovery points. And Andre, if you can kind of go underneath, you can kind of show them the CBI off-road skid plates. So the entire front end of this truck is protected, which is nice, especially when you're hitting rocks and boulders and anything else. Now let's go over to the side here. Of course, you wouldn't want to protect the front without doing some rock sliders. These are CBI as well, and as you can tell, not only are they CBI branded, but they're Lexus branded. And that's kind of the difference between when Lexus does something and when, you know, you and I do it. They can actually afford to do Lexus in the side of the rock rail. Of course, what overlander or off-roader would be complete without a snorkel? This is a TJM AirTech snorkel. I take it that the airbox must be on this side. And then, oh, I know, isn't that cool how it takes in air? And then, Andre, if you kind of go up high, if you kind of show them what's up there, you'll see there's a rigid light bar. You have to have a rigid light bar, of course. And that's a Prinzu design roof rack system. And if you can see, there's two compartments right here. And in there are, of course, can you guys guess what's in there? I bet you can, Max Tracks, because you got to have Max Tracks. Now, speaking of suspension, and actually you can see it better on this side, so let's go on this side. Why don't you show them the suspension, Andre, because it's pretty cool. Whoa. That's Icon Vehicle Dynamic Suspension, upper control arms, lower control arms, and as you can tell, it's even Lexus branded. So yeah, they did it well. And then of course, you can check out the articulation that the truck has here. It's riding on General Grabbers, very off-road worthy tires. And in the back, of course, you can't just leave it. You also have to have your CBI rear bumper with an integrated tire carrier, dual fuel canisters. And here's the cool part. Check this out, Andre. It's kind of hidden back here. There's a little ladder, and even in the ladder, you've got J201. And it's actually stamped, you know, in a lot of places. There are cool things like step here in the bumper, so you can, you know, step there and then step on the ladder and get in the back of the vehicle. It's just, you know, done upright. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, I love this Lexus. How much does it cost, Roman? Well, how much do you think it costs, Andre? No clue.
100,000.
No, it's a lot more than that. This, like I said, was something they did to show off what the Lexus can be. So it is a concept. It's the ultimate concept off-road LX done by Lexus, and there's no price on it, and there is no, unfortunately, I hate to say this, on sale date. So, you know, will they actually build this? I'm guessing not. This is more of something they take to overland shows and, you know, whet your appetite for what the LX can do. I gotta tell you, I'm very impressed. I think it's, you know, a very well done vehicle. With these vehicles, you know, you really don't know how good they are until you get behind the wheel, but just looking at it sitting here, I'm impressed. And keep in mind that the LX already has, it's not air suspension, I think it's hydraulic suspension if I recall. It has a lockable center diff, it has crawl control, so it's already got the kind of the basics for a really good off-roader. And then when you do things like, you know, add bumpers, give it a better approach departure angle, provide complete underbody protection, you know, throw in a supercharger just for, you know, and grins, it makes it so much better. And there's other things in here that I did not mention which are cool. So for instance, we've got ARB twin onboard compressors, so when you're airing down you can air back up again. There's a goose gear drawer module in the back, of course, so, you know, if you want to organize your recovery gear or perhaps add a refrigerator, you can do that. And then some more performance stuff. We've got performance, and actually I think you can see this. If we go underneath, you can see it from the back. We've got performance differential. We've got front and rear 430 nitro gears, and of course, ARB air lockers. That's why you've got those dual compressors. You can actually see the differential right there and what they've done to it. If you look, you can see the general on the inside. I kind of wish they had stuck that on the outside. I think it'd be cooler, actually. That's just me. The other thing that's impressive is, look, you'll appreciate this. There's a cover for the tow hitch, so you can actually pop this off and then tow with it. And they've maintained, a lot of bumpers don't do that, the little sensors for when you're backing up. And of course, we've got these little spotlights that you can use. Yeah, it's quite the rig. And I'm gonna say, if you were to do this yourself, you're probably looking at least $250,000 if you could do it yourself, which you probably couldn't. Anyway, there you have it, guys. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the tires? What do you think of the wheels? What do you think of this system? Is it good? Did they do it right? And is this something that you would buy if it were for sale? As always, this is Roman reporting for TFL Off-Road. Check out TFLoffroad.com for more news, views, and of course, ultimate J201 concepts. Andre, you know why it's called a J201?
I have no idea, dude.
I didn't know this until today either. J201 is the internal code for the chassis for the Lexus LX, so that's why they call it a J201. And if you guys are Lexi fans, then you will love the fact that Lexus is out there actually creating something, and they're acknowledging that this is becoming a very popular and a very capable off-roader. And check out our other video where Andre and I actually took the Lexus LX and the GX and compared them on this off-road course to see which of the two is best. All right, guys, there you go. See you next time. Ciao.